It's daydreams that I love, and sinking down, sitting comfortably in a chair, where you might be controlling some of the thoughts and directing yourself here or there, but at a certain point, the dream takes over, and you enter in a place where things are unraveling before you without your intervention. And many things can present themselves that way, and sometimes ideas that you fall in love with.
We now return to How David Lynch Stole Christmas.
Hello, I got you a present. It's a thumb.
Okay, this next question is from Justin, and the question is, how did you learn how to write screenplays?
Justin, most every single thing is common sense. So if you get an idea, you sort of see the idea, and if someone said, okay, before you can make that idea into a film, which is what you want to do, first put it into words. An idea comes, and you see it, and you hear it, and you know it.
How does it come?
It comes like on a TV in your mind. We don't do anything without an idea. So they're beautiful gifts. And I always say, you desiring an idea is like a bait on a hook.
Yeah.
It can pull them in. And if you catch an idea that you love, that's a beautiful, beautiful day. And you write that idea down so you won't forget it. And that idea that you caught might just be a fragment of the whole, whatever it is you're working on. But now you have even more bait. Thinking about that small fragment, that little fish, will bring in more. And they'll come in and they'll hook on. And more come in, and pretty soon you might have a script. I like to think of it as, in the other room, the puzzle is all together, but they keep flipping in just one piece at a time.
In the other room?
Over there.
In a sense, David, there's always another room somewhere.
That's a beautiful thing to think about.
Let's think about it a bit.
No, you think about it.
My favorite David Lynch movie is probably Mulholland Drive. Just start to finish, it's so strange and bizarre and dreamlike from the very opening, with this random dance number that almost makes you feel like you're watching the wrong movie from the start.
There's a man in back of this place. I can see him through the wall. I can see his face.
It's a case of a jump scare in a non-horror movie, which is always nice. Anytime you can switch up the genre like that successfully, it's always cool. But it is known as one of the scariest scenes in cinema history, and it's not in a horror movie.
Did you turn down George Lucas for directing Star Wars: Return of the Jedi?
I was asked by George to come up to see him and talk to him about directing, which would be the third Star Wars. And I had next door to zero interest. But I always admired George. You know, George is a guy that does what he loves, and I do what I love. The difference is what George loves makes hundreds of billions of dollars. Every film, I think, is, as I said, going into a new world, going into the unknown. But you should be not afraid of using your intuition and think your way through. Have the experience and trust your inner knowing of what it is. Always hoping that others would feel the same thing that fired me up to make the film. So it should be seen as an experience in a brand new world, and if there's problems understanding, it's the intuition that saves us.
Sorry, I just got fired. Anyway, another great David Lynch movie is Blue Velvet. This is another one of my favorites. It starts with this amazing shot of a rose garden, which is so perfectly framed that it almost makes you question why it's such an enticing shot, because almost any other angle would be far less interesting.
They tell me you want to be a picture maker.
Yes, sir, I do.
See that painting over there? Well, what's in it? Describe it.
Oh, okay. So there are two.
Where's the horizon?
The horizon?
Where is it?
Yeah, it's at the bottom.
When the horizon's at the bottom, it's interesting. When the horizon's in the middle, it's boring as shit.
You gonna try to do a close-up on Candy still? Or do you need it? If you want to cut the time down,
What is this with everybody?
No.
What is it? Really?
me.
Why? I'm serious. Fucking A, man. It drives me nuts. Who gives a fucking shit how long a scene is? Cinema is a thing that deals with things beyond words, and it's so beautiful, and so to go with cinema is to go like the same kind of thing you go with music. But the intellect travels along with it. It's so fantastic. It talks to you, but not with words alone. So just go in open and just go in and have an experience in a different world. And I came into an office, and there was George. And he talked with me for a little bit, and then he said, I want to show you something. Now, right about in this time, I started getting a little bit of a headache. You know what I'm talking about. Okay. So he took me upstairs, and he showed me these things called Wookiees. And now this headache is getting stronger.
And so you just stay alert, do your work, don't worry about the world going by. It doesn't mean that you can sit around and not do anything. You've got to get your butt in gear and do it. Figure out a way to get it done.
You get yourself a pack of 3x5 cards, and you write a scene on each card. And when you have 70 scenes, you have a feature film. So on each card, you write the heading of the scene. And then the next card, the second scene, the third scene, fourth scene. So you have 70 cards, each with the name of the scene. Then you flesh out each of the cards and walk away. You got a script.